No doubt about that. Just look at the elevation he climbed to right there.
Kevin, you just made my knees hurt.
That's what sets him apart from so many other point guards in the NBA.
.146 left to play in the final quarter. Westbrook with it. Can he keep it going? And Oklahoma City again with the bucket.
And that's sort of been the story here today, hasn't it?
Spurs trail by 12. Westbrook with the steal. And here we go with Westbrook heading to the hoop. No one around. And count the basket. He was fouled, and he's going to the line for one more.
They're having a little more difficulty getting the ball inside here. The defense has done a much better job collapsing on them when they throw it inside. Double teaming and being active with their feet and hands.
And that one falls for Westbrook.
And who could forget the tear that Westbrook went on last season? I mean, after the All-Star break, it was just triple-double after triple-double for him.
That's good. That's 10 points for Tony Parker. We've got 1:13 left in the game. Here's Westbrook, and again it's Oklahoma City.
And this is going to end in a lopsided victory. I love the tenacity and aggressiveness as well as the ability to close. You really got to give it up here for Oklahoma City.
Yeah, you can see me and Clark, Steve, shaking our heads. Yeah, this has got to be one of the most rewarding wins they'll have this season. Clark, they could have easily gone quietly, but they fought back so hard.
Kevin, I love the resilience we saw there. I mean, it really is an indicator of character that when the situation was at its worst, they were suddenly at their best.
And it'll go down as their first official win of the new year.
Your hope is to take charge of a season series by winning that first game. This will put them up 1-0 with 3 games still left to play this year against the Spurs.
And you have to look back at this and see the huge game it was for Westbrook. There wasn't much they could do to slow him down as he was converting every good chance he got.
Shoots. Again, the Thunder score.
Just look at how quickly the lead has grown here over the last few possessions.
Clear case here, partner, of saving their best for last. Quite a run.
Parker's shot is off. Here's Roberson. And that's good for 2. And the Thunder lead by 19.
And just a terrific job of taking care of business in front of the home fans.
And, Greg, those fans had a hand in the win. I mean, they gave this team a big lift.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Kevin, much appreciated, and now let's present our Jordan. Russell Westbrook. No matter what they threw at him during the second half, it seemed like he had the answer. And that's it for our broadcast here tonight. But we're just getting started on a new season in the NBA. For Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the...
For all your deeds, no sign the roaring thunder stopped in cold to read. No time. I get mine and make no excuses, waste of precious breath. No time. The sunshine. From above.
It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
With the Diesel and the Jet, this is Ernie Johnson. Welcome.
Coming at you from the beautiful Amway Center in downtown Orlando, Florida, home of the Magic. Last outing for Orlando, they won that game against the Wizards. It was just a textbook performance. That game was all theirs. Once they got it going, it was full speed ahead.
Yeah, ran away with that game, mainly in part because of their offense.
Yeah, the ball movement and player movement, so crisp and sharp, and it led to a lot of high-quality shots for them.
So here's Oklahoma City's starting group. The rugged duo of Ibaka and Adams in the middle. Russell Westbrook out there with Andre Robertson. And it's Durant in at the 3 spot.
Well, it was a defensive issue for the Magic. They had trouble stopping opponents last season, guys. I mean, didn't really challenge anything at their own rim. And that's really what made it tough for them.
Now here's Butler. Here's Vucevic. The shot's good on the assist by Butler.
Could be the first of a lot of mid-range jumpers that we see from him.
Roberson the pass to Westbrook. Off to a good start as he hits his first shot attempt. For the Magic, it's never a good sign to lead the league in getting dunked on. Last year that happened. They had that dubious, unfortunately.
You know, and in general, Kevin, I mean, the Magic were just poor on defense. I mean, they couldn't stop the three. Second worst mark in the league at defending it. And overall, the third worst field goal percentage against. So you know where their priorities were this past offseason.
And the foul called on Russell Westbrook. That's foul number 2 for him. Randy Foye, he's checked in for Russell Westbrook. Back to Oladipo. Jacks up a 3. It's hauled in by Adams. For Oklahoma City, they've gotten their first 3 shots to go in for him to start off this game. It's Durant on the wing. Adams outside. From downtown, and it's Kevin Durant with the 3. Durant's got himself going there, his first points of the game on the deep ball. The Magic have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. Outside Jennings. To the paint, here's Gordon. And the bucket counts, and he's on his way to the free throw line. Try to make it a 3-point play.
Now, how about how he sets his man up there, runs him right into the screen, and then gets the basket.
And for Aaron Gordon, so much fanfare entering the 2014 draft, selected 4th overall, which was actually a couple of slots higher, I think, Greg, than many experts thought.
I agree, and, a lot of people obviously liked him, but Orlando clearly loved him and had very high hopes for this young man. And, of course, the injured foot, only 11 games a season ago, and never really got back on track.
Here is Jennings, following the score by Oklahoma City. Here's Vucevic, and that one hits back iron. Thunder have gotten all 5 of their shots to go down in the first quarter. Terrific start. Nice shot by Foy.
Wow, what a game for them so far. Very impressive. They haven't missed yet.
The Magic trail by 8. Jennings dishes to Oladipo. It's back to Jennings. Nice form on the 20-footer. Thunder have gone a perfect 6 for 6 in the game up to this point. Roberson, again, the Thunder scores.
And the story here, Kevin, early on is how well they've shot the basketball.
Very high percentage so far, and if you want to start a game hot, that's the way to do it.
Now here's Jennings, coming off a solid outing against Washington.
I tell you what, folks, I bet he won't miss that shot next time he takes it.
Here's Roberson, and the Thunder another 3.
Defensively, giving up far too many open rhythm looks.
And to battle back, they've got to shore up the defense. I mean, there's no other way to come back from a deficit unless you play good defense.
You know what? I think he thinks he can make a few improvements to how things are going on right now.
Yeah, and coaches always are looking for ways to tweak things and change it up a little bit, no matter what the situation is. That's what coaches do.
So Orlando going with an almost entirely new group here. Ilyasova, he's checked in for Gordon. Hezonja comes in for Rasul Butler. Fournier's checked in for Victor Oladipo. And it's Payton in for Brandon Jennings. Enes Kanter's checked in for Oklahoma City. Waiters comes in for Andre Robertson. And it's Vucevic missing. We know Oklahoma City has the stars, the big names, the offensive flair. But, Greg, this team, and you appreciate this, is a very tough defensive group.
Yeah, I think they've matured in that area. In the past, that wasn't always true. But last year, the Thunder really hung their hat on their defense. Top 10 in opponents' field goal percentage. I'm shocked that didn't turn into 3 points. I mean, he makes you pay on those nearly every time.
Wasted no time on that one. 7 points for Kevin Durant.
There's no better sign of how efficiently a team is operating than their assist numbers. And theirs are fantastic.
Just beautiful when they play the game like this.
When you look at the Thunder and their defense, it starts with the length they have on the perimeter. It also helps to have rim protectors backing them up on any drive.
And the offense has come together immediately. I mean, they're threatening to run away with this thing already.
Greg, it's hard to imagine they'll stay this hot for 4 quarters. But if they even approximate that, watch out.
And a final note on the Thunder defense. A lot of it is a mentality. They have guys that aren't scared to challenge shots. And they're a solid group that knows how to play tough team defense.
Looking at Oklahoma City, they took the win in their last game against the San Antonio Spurs.
And what got them that win was the remarkable success they had from the floor. I mean, just a tremendous shooting performance all the way around.
Hey, you can't expect that kind of shooting to happen all the time on a nightly basis, but when it does, boy, does it feel good and look good.
Nicholson's checked in for Vucevic. Kyle Singler's checked in for Oklahoma City. Morrow comes in for Randy Foy. Payton drives in. He kicks to Nicholson. And just miss after miss right now. The Thunder leading by 19 points. Here's Kanter. Again, the Thunder score.
Another bucket added to the lead. They've been the better team in every facet.
And in my opinion, you get extra bonus points, extra eye of the beholder points when you do it the way they're doing it on the road. That's special.
Here's Fournier after Enes Kanter's basket. Shoots from 12. Hits some rim on the way in, and the bucket's good. Nicholson's got his first bucket in this one. Oklahoma City's gone 2 of 2 from three-point range here in the first quarter. Man showing some terrific range. 10 points for Kevin Durant.
A perfect 4 for 4 for him to start this game out.
Yeah, he's looking good. He's got a nice bounce in his step to start.
by himself. Now that's how to finish the break. Throw down with force.
How about the start that they've gotten off to here? Huge lead, and we're still in the first quarter.
And, guys, it hasn't just been the scoring. I mean, they're playing tremendous defense, too.
And this is...
Hey, Deshaun. Come here. Kevin Durant for the win.
Oh, you dunked for the first time.
What?
You dunked for the first time?
No, that's the second time.
His first trip to the line tonight.
No effort.
9 seconds left to play here in the first. Pulls from the top of the key. The shot no good.
Well, I think he kind of alligator armed that one, short-stroked it. After doing a nice job to get open, he didn't finish the shot.
And that's it for the first quarter in what's been a very lopsided game. It's the Thunder. Oh. And a moment now to hear from Steven Adams as he reflects back on a life growing up as the youngest of 18 children back in New Zealand. Hard to imagine growing up in such a huge family, but it sounds like maybe it prepared him for life in the NBA.
Yeah, got him outside of himself and toughened him up a little bit. No question about that. Wow, 18? That's mind-boggling.
That is amazing.
Yep.
Welcome back, folks. We'll see if we're in store for a more tightly contested quarter as we move here into the second. And for the Thunder here, they've been putting on a show, guys.
I just like the way they're getting out in the open floor, taking advantage of all those fast break chances here early on.
I agree with you, Greg. I mean, they can run, and they've done a good job filling the lanes in transition.
On the floor for Oklahoma City, getting going here in the second quarter. Inside, you've got Ibaka and Canner. Roberson is out there with Russell Westbrook. And it's Singler in at the 3 spot. And, guys, Brandon Jennings, some people love his chaotic game. Some can't stand it. One of the more polarizing talents in the NBA.
Yeah, I don't think he'll ever shoot for an efficient percentage or become a lockdown defender, Kevin. He's an offensive catalyst. He pushes the action, and he'll go on scoring binges, but I think he does more good than bad with this style of play.
Here's Fournier following the basket by Russell Westbrook. Good on the shot.
That shot becomes effortless for him when the D is so relaxed. They got to get more intense.
20 feet out, and Oklahoma City again with the bucket.
And talking about Brandon Jennings, he has an endless bag of tricks, keeping the ball literally on a string, makes behind the back, no look, and off the backboard passes few players would even try. That unpredictability, though, can make him difficult to check and often forces defenders into positions from which they can't recover.
You know, Brandon Jennings is that rare type of difference maker, a guy who can jumpstart your offense without turning the ball over. That's a valuable asset when you're trying to line up the W's.
Orlando making some changes. Vucevic, he's checked in for Smith. Ilyasova comes in for Nicholson. And it's Victor Oladipo in for Fournier. And then for Oklahoma City, Adams comes in for Cantor. And it's Foy in for Singler. Stolen by Westbrook. Good for the 5th time in 5 shots. He remains perfect. And guys, what do you think about the hustle stats for the Thunder?
Well, I think the defensive aggressiveness on display here has caught him off guard, playing airtight defense and coming up with the steals.
And also, how about the fact defensively they're getting that backboard and getting out in transition, especially in this first half.
From the low block, 6 for 6. He's yet to miss from the field.
And he could be the guy to put this game out of reach.
Jennings against Westbrook. The drive by Jennings, and he gets it to go. Jennings has got 9.
You know, he's putting on an outstanding offensive display, and he may just be getting warmed up here.
One problem the Magic faced last season was depth. They really weren't a deep team, and it hurt them along the way.
Yeah, it sure did. I mean, they had the second fewest bench points in the league, and that number was really low because they didn't use the bench that often. Starters did a lot of the heavy lifting.
Here's Oladipo following the basket by Russell Westbrook. Beyond the arc. Here's Ilyasova, and he banks in the layup.
He got a great read of where that miss was going, and that allowed him to be the first guy to it and get the putback.
And here's Westbrook from the arc, and the Thunder another three.
And for the Magic, they would try and address the bench for this season, both through the draft and free agency.
Now here's Jennings. He's got 9. Tipped away. Stolen by Westbrook. For the finish. And Oladipo pulls it down.
You rarely see him missing dunks, but the defender was right in his face on that one, and it threw him off just enough. And guys, the Magic didn't luck out and jump into the top 3 in the draft. Still ended up with a high pick, and that'll help add another nice piece to their puzzle. They've accumulated a lot of good pieces, but now they need to start making it work.
Got that one up quick. 19 points for Russell Westbrook.
And he's starting to show that killer instinct this quarter, looking to extend the lead.
2 minutes remaining in the quarter. Stolen by Westbrook. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Magic will take it.
Taking a look here at some numbers for Nikola Vucevic. Coming off a terrific season. 6th in rebounding, 9th in field goal percentage, and amongst the league's top-tier scorers, top 20 in points per game.
And he was a top 10 rebounder for good reason. I mean, he's incredibly intense, and he goes hard for the full 48 minutes.
The Magic making a switch here. Butler's checked in. Waiters, he's checked in for Oklahoma City. Oklahoma City's gotten off 4 shots from three-point range tonight and buried every one of them. Nice shot by Foy. Foy's got 8 points.
And guys, they continue to put a lot of pressure on the interior defenders with the way they work down low.
It's becoming a theme in this game, Clark. They are piling up the points in the paint. And guys, Dion Waiters is a man who has never met a shot he didn't like. Despite shooting less than 40% from the field last season, he just kept on shooting. Now, every once in a while, he'd get hot and it would look good. But when he's off, which was most of the time, it didn't look very good. He's got to improve shot selection and shot discipline.
59 seconds left in the first half. To the middle. It's stolen by Adams. Ibaka wide open. He fires. And Oklahoma City again with the bucket.
And really, he's just done a great job of finding the open man every trip down.
Boy, it sure seems as though he's done it every time. It's been an awesome display of passing for him today.
So Orlando going with an almost entirely new group here. Jason Smith, he's checked in for Vucevic. Nicholson comes in for Ilyasova. Fournier's checked in for Oladipo. And it's Elfrid Payton in for Brandon Jennings. And a new group getting ready for Oklahoma City. Cantor, he's checked in for Steven Adams. Durant comes in for Serge Ibaka. Kyle Singler's checked in for Roberson. And Anthony Morrow's subbed in for Randy Foy. Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. And here we go with Waiters running it up the court from the arc. And again, Oklahoma City with the triple.
And I like the job they've done with working the basketball. They've been moving and getting quality shots.
And Greg, their field goal percentage reflects that. I mean, they've been the much better team shooting the ball. And you know me, shooting percentage, always a function of shot selection.
The Magic shooting their second and third free throws tonight. And so Fournier nails both of them. Eight seconds left to play here in the second quarter. Waiters, and again Oklahoma City with the triple.
For three.
Fournier. The shot is off. And through one half, it hasn't even been close.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello again, everybody. Ernie Johnson here alongside Kenny, the Jet Smith, and Shaquille O'Neal. We'll be looking back at the game's first half. There was no stopping Russell Westbrook in the first half. He ended up with 19 points, 3 steals, and 1 rebound. He came into tonight following a tremendous performance last time out and looks eager for a repeat. Kenny, let's get your take on Oklahoma City.
That was the half of the super sub for them. A lot of offense coming off the bench.
And that's it for halftime as the second half is just about to get underway. See you after the game.
Well, we're getting back to the action now. It's been a one-team show so far. We'll see if that changes here in the third. Well, you look at Russell Westbrook in this game. He has been everywhere.
I know we've said this many times before, but what a great first half. Just an offensive juggernaut.
And, you know, in the end, I wouldn't be surprised if we're talking about what a great second half he had, guys. I mean, he can usually keep it going for all four quarters.
Gordon and Vucevic together in the post. Jennings out there with Victor Oladipo. And it's Butler in at the three, the small forward. So that's
Deshaun. Look, oh,
Change the view, right?
oh, look, oh, kill him.
He shot Ethan that. He shot Ethan that, Curtis. Look at this. Shot Ethan that.
We got Westbrook right here. I think that was who's.
That's Andre Roberson. Curtis.
He did pretty
the
good.
lineup on the floor for the Magic.
And chalk up a few more points for him there. This has been a one-sided game in just about every area.
Absolutely. I echo that sentiment. Their offense, their defense. I mean, it's all been terrific.
Oklahoma City's gone off with a three-pointer tonight. They're a perfect 7 of 7. Here's Ibaka, and again it's Oklahoma City.
Okay.
The Magic shooting has been wayward so far, only 37% from the floor. Last year, the Thunder were in a playoff battle all season, Clark. Their road record of 16-24, a big part of why they didn't sneak into the playoffs.
Well, when you're dealing with the kinds of injuries the Thunder had last year, it's impossible to be your best, and grinding out road wins is that much tougher.
For three, Westbrook, and again Oklahoma City with the triple.
Up and in on every one of their first three shots to start the second half.
The Magic have gotten just one of their first 4 shots to fall since coming out of the locker room at the break. And he uses the glass on the layup. Westbrook's got 5 points now this quarter.
They are on fire right now. That's 4 straight makes. And really with the Thunder and their road problems last season, both Phoenix and New Orleans had better road records than they did. And had the Thunder been tougher on the road, no doubt they would have made it in.
I didn't do that.
And, you know, the Thunder had road trouble right out of the gate last season, guys. Only had 1 road win in their first 9 road games. They also had 4 different instances of 4 or more game road losing streaks last season.
Randy Foye, he's checked in for Oklahoma City. And he sinks the second. Big step last year for Vucevic's offense, Clark. Unstoppable at times, both on the blocks and facing up.
Vucevic is a real outstanding future all-star front quarter. Rebounds at a high rate in traffic and out of his area. Finishes, faces up. This kid has a lot of upside. I really like his game.
Ilyasova, he's checked in for the Magic. Here is Ilyasova. Looking for Oladipo. He gets it there.
And a sturdy screen set for him that time. And he doesn't fool around, just straight to the rim for the finish.
No way for his man to get around that one. That's for sure.
No chance, Kevin. I mean, the screen was in the right spot. His feet were set. He would have had to go straight through him, and that's not legal.
And talking about Vucevic's development last season, he's also had the highest assist average of his career. He's a good decision maker on the floor, knows when to take it himself, and knows when to kick it to cutters and spot up shooters.
And now Oladipo pushing it up. No one back to stop him.
And a great job of taking advantage of the steal there to get those easy ones in transition.
You know, that's exactly how you draw it up, Greg, on the board. I mean, good defensive work, aggressive play in the open court. Those two things are hand in glove when they work together. You know, and getting back to Vucevic, I mean, he's at an age where he may only get better. Averaged nearly 20 points a game last year after averaging only 14 the year before. That was an incredible leap in production. And I think it's one that'll continue.
And guys got careless with the ball there, and the turnover lead.
Did you want to see it, Deshaun? Look, it's so sexy. My dude. Sexy.
To the big stuff.
Once he came up right with the steal, he went straight on the attack.
Oh.
That's exactly the way to do it too, Kevin. Go hard to the bucket and don't let them set up the defense. I like the offensive awareness to exploit that lack of coverage on that play.
And again, Oklahoma City with the triple.
He's been one of their more reliable options today, guys. I mean, his shooting has led them to this lead.
Outside Jennings, Gordon. The shot's good. Jennings making the play. Jennings has got 5 assists in the game.
4 of their last 5 makes came off of a high-quality shot inside.
Textbook. Really, when you look at how they're playing, they are having their way down low.
And Durant gets it to go.
He's a big reason why they have the lead right now. He's made all of his field goal attempts thus far and remains hot from the floor.
The shot by Butler, nobody around. And it's off from three-point range.
Their rebounding has been off the charts today, guys. Reason number 1, this game is out of hand.
Exactly, Clark. Their lead is not surprising given their advantage on the backcourt.
Takes the 3. Ibaka against Gordon. Here's Ilyasova. Kevin Durant with the rebound.
You almost have to assume he's going to knock those down when he is that open.
Well, it was a season last year of heartbreak and change for the Thunder, narrowly missing the playoffs as the Pelicans beat them out for that 8th position.
Yeah, and they were teetering back and forth on that 8th spot for most of the year. Ultimately, they just couldn't hold on to that final playoff spot.
1:07 left to play in the third. Near the three-point line, it's Foy, and again it's Oklahoma City.
We're seeing the shots start to fall for them now.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, this has been an extremely efficient second half for them up to this point.
Now here's Jennings. 14 points for him. Ilyasova hits the bucket.
Boy, you got to love that nice assist by Jennings.
Oklahoma City's gone 2 of 2 from long range in the third quarter so far. And it's out of bounds, and they say it was last touched by Durant. So a new group on the floor for Orlando. And a new group getting ready for Oklahoma City. Cantor checked in for Adams. Singler comes in for Kevin Durant. Waiters, he's checked in for Roberson. And Anthony Morrow subbed in for Randy Foy. From 12 feet out, here's Smith. Second chance effort, and there's the whistle. Fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line.
No, I tell you what, he earned his money on that foul.
Yeah, if you're going to foul, then make sure that you don't give a chance for the and one.
First trip to the free throw line for him in this one.
Solid work at the line a season ago. 83% on his opportunities.
Yeah, those were fine numbers he posted at the line. It was hard to find fault with anything he did from the stripe.
Russell Westbrook's checked in for Oklahoma City. We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. And there's another one for the Thunder.
Boy, a little touch of style from Westbrook on that one.
For Orlando, they've gone better than 53% from the floor since halftime. Shooting 8 of 15. Screen by Smith. Fournier for 3, and he gets it to go. Fournier's got 5 now.
That's far too good a look to give them from behind the arc.
3 of their last 5 makes come from beyond the arc. The defense has to react quicker. He's got some serious momentum going right now. He's been great all day. Even last game, he was on fire.
Poke loose, out of bounds as Orlando keeps possession. He gets it up. No good on the buzzer beater. And at the end of the third quarter, a huge lead in this one may already have been decided. Oklahoma City out in front, just dominating this one. And we're coming right back. Be sure to stay with us as we get started for the fourth quarter.
Read them toys.
And thanks again for joining us. Let's see what happens here in the fourth.
And Scott Skiles has been around the league as a coach for a while now, coming home to where he played most of his career here in Orlando. And at times, he can be a demanding coach.
A moment now to reset the lineups brought to us by Gatorade. All fueled up here for the fourth quarter. So the Thunder 5 right now. Kyle Singler is out there with Nick Collison. Then it's Payne. Then there's Anthony Morrow. And it's McGarry in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. Now here is Singler. And that one's good. And Greg, you're right. Skiles is what we'd call a no-nonsense
you're gonna
coach.
skeet down
Makes
his
perfect
throat?
sense when you think about the team that now Clarkie's going to go coach in Orlando.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, he was great at developing players, and that's exactly why the Orlando Magic hired him. Plays with an edge, but he develops players quite nicely, too.
Holds him accountable, doesn't he?
Yep, well said.
Defense just not strong enough to throw him off his shot there. Sometimes it takes a little more effort to defend him down low.
The 17-footer. And Collison gets it to go on the assist from Payne.
How about the leaner? Only the guys with the sweetest of strokes can pull that off in traffic.
Down low, Nicholson with the bucket.
It really does make the game easy for your teammates when you can lead them to the rim that well with a pass.
Here's Payne, and there's the whistle. Fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line.
Yeah, the NBA Development League now celebrating its 15th anniversary and a lot of change over that time. None of the original 8 teams still playing in their original locations. Still, it's only growing. I think we'll see it grow to 30 teams before long.
Napier, he's checked in for Fournier. Payne hits them both. Greg, you're talking about the D-League. Not really a moneymaker yet, but it's really benefited like the NBA in so many ways.
Clearly has, Kevin, a place to train new players, officials, and executives or management, a way to test out possible rule changes. I think building revenue is the focus, though, and the players make a small salary, but the NBA Developmental League is helping the NBA be better.
Here's Morrow. Lets it go from 14. That's good on the jump shot.
That's right, it's
really
good.
Smart to draw his man out to the perimeter. He's giving up too much size to be effective inside.
Showed nice basketball IQ. I agree, Greg. I mean, if he finds his spot on the perimeter and doesn't force it, I think his outside shot will be hard to block no matter who's defending him.
I know, I heard him.
We're about 2 minutes into the fourth quarter in this one.
Mr. freaking Dingle Brown.
Off target from outside. For Oklahoma City, they've gone a perfect 4 of 4 to start the final quarter. Can't ask for anything more than that. Took him no time at all on that one.
What an incredible run they're on right now. Offense as well as I've ever seen it played.
Every single guy on their team with the absolute Midas magic touch, shooting the lights out here.
Nicholson. Another miss by Orlando.
Well, they're fortunate. Defense was taking a big chance, leaving him that wide open behind the arc.
And that one's good. Orlando's gotten off to an 0 for 2 start from downtown here in the fourth quarter. Right wing.
And it seems every season we see a player try and play through an injury. Sometimes it provides a boost with heroics, but it can lead to serious damage long term. It's a common practice we see, and some guys are pretty cavalier about it.
U is for ugly for Matthew.
Now, here's Watson. Clark, they've been looking out of sync offensively.
You know what? A basket here would do a lot for their confidence.
And there's the call on Anthony Morrow. That's his 3rd foul of the game. Ennis Cantor's checked in for Oklahoma City. Foy comes in for Payne. Orlando with the ball. Screened by Smith. Here's Azania. Will it go?
Lasagna.
And the shot counts. He's fouled, and it's a chance for a 3-point play.
Dungle, baby.
Guys, he's actually indefatigable. He never gives in, never gives up on a play, and that's what it takes to be a great offensive rebounder. You've got to be relentless.
The Thunder have gone 7 of 7 from the field to start the final quarter. What an amazing start. Here's Foy. An amazing finish with a hand right in his face. Over 3.5 minutes through the final quarter now. Pass to Smith. Here's Azania. Smith with a screen on Singlet. Too long in the paint. He's hit with a 3-second violation. And a closer look here at the hustle stats for Oklahoma City.
Boy, their hounding, harassing effort at the defensive end, very impressive. And they forced quite a few turnovers as a result.
And also, how about the points they've gotten in transition or on the fast break tonight? That's been a huge factor as well.
Aaron Gordon, he's checking in for Orlando. Here's Napier, covered by Foy. Shot clock at 6. Three-pointer. And that basket's going to count, folks. Gets the goaltending call right there.
You know what?
What? He did not. No, did he make that? What? They said he made that. Dude, they cheesed me. Hey, look. Deshaun. Look, they said they said he made this. Look, they said he made this, and look. And then I came down with it. You see that?
Just stone cold right now. Really not sure if he's their best option offensively as they try to get back in this game.
That's still pretty trash.
For Oklahoma City, they've gotten all 8 of their shots in the fourth quarter to drop. Truly remarkable. And the shot is good.
Really aggressive play there, taking it to the rack against the big fella.
You know, Greg, aggressiveness is really the only option when you're on the wrong side of the size equation.
And that's right where they wanted to go with the ball in rhythm.
Oklahoma City dictating the flow. Outside Collison. Here's Cantor. And Oklahoma City again with the bucket.
And the efficiency is there, but the aggressiveness is
one's
really
watching.
lacking. So far, it hasn't hurt them well.
And Dennis Cantor picks up the
Fair
foul.
will tell you.
That's his first foul.
You know, guys, coaching in the NBA is not for the faint of heart. Very little job security. I mean, in essence, you get hired to be fired. Let's face it, it's hard to make a bunch of millionaires do what you tell them to when they might be around longer than you will.
Here's Nicholson. Smith, no luck.
And even though he missed that, you have to take those shots when you get the opportunity.
Exactly. They don't come much better or easier than that.
And speaking of coaching, sometimes you'll hear that the coach lost the team. When that happens, is that it, Clark? What's your read on that?
You know, I don't quite buy that. I think it's really rare. Winning can cover up a lot of things, and ultimately it does come down to that, being able to smooth out the rough spots, and winning is the best elixir for that.
And Kyle Singler, basically a three-point marksman. He really lost minutes after the trade to the Thunder last season, a second-round pick by Detroit a few years back. He's always averaged over 20 minutes a game, but with the Thunder, he was kind of banished to the end of the bench, and his play reflected that.
You know, he just hasn't looked right to me, a bit out of sorts, if you will. Something's off with his mechanics, at least as I look at him.
And one team is just completely outclassing the other tonight. Spirited performance, and it really ignited what is turning out to be a monster win here for the Thunder.
This was a very efficient offense tonight.
They knocked down their shots. I mean, a little luck didn't hurt either. A lot of their 50-50 shots went in the basket.
And so with this, they'll end up with their second win on the year.
And so they win their first game against this squad. It's a 2-game season series, and they'll be going for the sweep the next time they face off.
Yeah, and Greg, when it is just a 2-game season series, the team winning game 1 has that slight mental edge going into the second meeting, knowing they've already solved their opponent one time and only have to do it one more time.
And what a huge standout performance it was for Russell Westbrook. He was doing everything right, and the points came in bunches. Definitely had the hot hand.
Foy from long range, and that one's good.
Well, if it wasn't out of reach, it is now, thanks to that last little spurt.
And why put the brakes on now? I just say keep on letting it fly.
Shot by Gordon, wide open. Good, and it's Napier with the assist that time.
And they're on the kind of run that could have made a difference had it just started a little earlier.
Yeah, but I think the only reason they're on this run is because the defense has relaxed a little bit, knowing the game is basically in the bag.
And really no better feeling than to go on the road and play this well.
They thought they were going to win.
Yeah, it's always a good win when you play the kind of game they have played tonight. I mean, especially, though, when you get...
The 2K Sports post-game show.
You're going to fail biology.
Thank you, Kevin. And now we get a chance to present our Jordan Player of the Game, Russell Westbrook. Talk about lighting it up in the second quarter. My word, that was just huge. And the impact carried them through the entire game.
There was nothing they could do to slow him down, Ernie. Man, go into a building on the road and completely control the action like he did. Only a few players could do that, Ernie. I'm impressed.
He was dead on from the field tonight, guys. I'd call his performance economical because there was no wasted opportunities. He took advantage of every good look he got. I mean, everything he put up was going in.
Huh?
And that'll do it for tonight.
Yeah,
Kenny Smith,
they
Shaquille O'Neal,
me.
Kevin Harlan, and our illustrious 2K Sports
No.
crew. This is Ernie Johnson.
So,
have a good night, everybody.
I blocked the shot, but then they said that it went in. Was it what? What do you mean?
Goaltending?
I don't know what that is.
Well, that's when if you block it and it's on its way down, that's illegal. They get the basket.
Oh.